Just in terms of the basics, like what it is, how tall it is, how many drivers there are. Then we'll get to the magic in a minute. I promise we'll turn you loose on magic.
Of course. Yes. So it's a planar magnetic speaker, a 3-point.
And the brand is?
Diptyque out of the south of France.
Okay.
It's a 3.5 way, so you have 2 planar magnetic bass drivers, a mid-range mid-tweeter, and then an actual pure aluminum ribbon tweeter.
Okay, and can you point to where the drivers are?
Yeah, so you have 2 separate Mylar panels that are the bass drivers. They're push-pull, so there's magnets on both sides of the Mylar structure. They're also neodymium magnets, so a really high-grade, high-energy source. And then you have a mid-range tweeter, and then a pure aluminum ribbon tweeter for the top end.
Got it. Okay, cool. So it's a 3-way.
Yes.
I just want to
3.5 technically.
Okay, 3.5, I got it. All right. And height is 6 feet?
Roughly 6 feet.
Yep. Okay. And the price point?
$50,000 retail in the US.
Okay, $50,000 retail in the US. All right. Tell us about the magic. What's magical about this?
The magic behind it is compared to a lot of other planar magnetics, it's a very open magnet structure. So when you look at it, you can see the actual diaphragm, and you don't want to have anything blocking the diaphragm from the listener. So the more open that magnet structure, the better it's going to sound. They tend to have more bass response than a conventional planar magnetic speaker. And that's going to be the first impression when you listen is, wow, I've never heard a panel put out that much bass before.
Now, typically in a panel, you have a cancellation effect at low frequencies because you've just got a baffle width that fundamentally can't defy physics. So how do you do that?
So you're getting a little bit of extra energy by 180 degrees out of phase. The same information is coming out of the back of the speaker, and controlling the distance to the rear wall and how that reflects back to the listener helps alleviate that.
Okay, so there are some precise placement requirements?
Correct. All planar magnetic speakers are really dependent on placement in the room and how it works with the room to get proper sound.
Okay. And how hard, easy are they to drive? What are the amplifier requirements, if any?
So these speakers are more efficient than a conventional planar magnetic, but you're still going to need a relatively high quality amplifier to drive them.
So what kind of power level would you typically think about? I know room size matters.
Over 100 watts channel.
Okay. And solid state or tube, or do you really
Correct.
want solid state?
It's really personal preference. A lot of people do like the sound of a tube amp with a ribbon tweeter.
Got it. Okay, and just for reference purposes, tell us about the amplifiers you're using here so when we listen we know what we're talking about.
Those are AudioPhile's flagship mono blocks that are 400 watts a channel into 8 ohm and are 60,000 a pair.
And class A, B?
Correct.
Okay, got it. And let's just go through for reference purposes so I don't have to take notes, the rest of the stack.
That is a Michel Orb SE turntable, a Strumento #1 AudioPhile preamplifier, and then the matching phono stage. And then a Render 820 streamer.
All right, and for demonstration purposes, you can use either?
Correct.
Okay, cool. All right, well, let's have a listen.